Good evening, friends. Economy and real estate. Two interesting topics which are connected to absolutely every citizen on planet Earth, including all of us, of course. These are the two interesting topics that we are going to pick up today. And we are going to see magic unfold when we share this information collectively with all of you. Definitely with the support of your questions that we are looking out for. And I'm sure this is going to be exciting. We are on the second last day of the series. This is another chapter from the book, New 50 New Life Mantras. Geetha, what's your take on the favorite subject for all of us? That is real estate. What's your take on that?
Oh, I love real estates. Not because we are into real estates. We gotten into real estates because we love real estates.
Right.
Always what you're passionate about is what you should do. And so we do what we are extremely passionate about because we believe in it. We have seen windfall gains. We have seen safety. We have seen the confidence it has given us. We have seen throughout our long journey of our career and life. And for generations, we have seen this real estate traveling with us and where we have grown by leaps and bounds. So we are hardcore, firm believers of real estate, hard asset creation. So that is the job we do too, and that is St. Angelo's
Absolutely.
VNCT Ventures. So real estate is in today's scenario, Rajesh, if you have to look at it, real estate is the safest investment. People are all, let's talk about India. For us, it's part of our DNA. We all love to buy properties. We all love to invest in properties. It is part of our DNA. And why? Because we have seen so much of gain and appreciation over years. Because it has not proven any of us wrong ever. So that is number one. Today, that is the safest and hard asset. People do not want to go for stock. It is very volatile.
Yes.
People do not want to
Yes.
go for gold. It is very volatile. People do not want to go for fixed deposits because again, the risk is there, as well as the money is devaluing, as well as your earnings on fixed deposit has come down and is furthermore going to come down. For all these
Fantastic.
reasons, always they want a hard asset, a number one hard asset and the safest asset with guaranteed appreciation over the long run. In real estate, you have to look at a weighted average over 10-15 years. That's the game.
Absolutely,
Meanwhile,
Geetha.
your asset is also earning income for you. And with that, the biggest plus is you are getting it at 7.5%. Your home loan for your property
Yes.
buying, for your investment is the lowest of low, which is 7.5%, which is happening after 15 years. After 15 years
Absolutely.
period, only now it has hit the
Wow.
below 8%, which is 7.5%. It has never been this low. Whenever the interest rate goes to this low is when the real estate starts peaking up. So we are
Absolutely.
in that graph, and from this, it
And
is only an upward graph. This is the best time and the right
time
time
to
to
get
buy.
into the real estate.
People are going to miss the bus and they are going to again get into real estate, but at a higher cost. So it is
Absolutely.
real estates, and
Fantastic.
way forward, it is all about real estates.
Fantastic. Milindigi has a question. What will happen to real estate investment? Do you think with work from home facility, people will stay in city or plan to live in the dream location and still work? Milind, you are bang on. So the
Right.
government's plan in the infrastructure is they are going to invest in the infrastructure because infrastructure investments will empower the economy to have money in their hands. The money will help them to pay EMIs, like what Geetha said, that people will be able to buy on low interest rates today. And that is how the real estate sector is going to boom. The city is going to get decentralized. The outskirts of metro cities will become major junctions where activity will start happening. And these areas, 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line, will start booming the way Mumbai market or Chennai market boomed in the right times. Real estate is all about buying and then waiting rather than waiting to buy. All the people in our lives, all the people like you and me have taken decisions. If you go to see, today, whatever we are is the outcome of the decisions that we took 5 years or 10 years backwards. Okay, so the decision that we take today is going to be positively impacting the next 5 to 10 years of our life, especially for financial freedom that comes from a buying of an asset, real estate, that too with easy convenience of bank loans. And that's what we need to absolutely look out at. Chintan Vasani has got an interesting question. How will real estate share model work in the coming years, owning a particular percentage of property? So Chintan Vasani is talking about the REITs that are going to come into the market. Nagu, what's your take on that?
Now, I feel in any which format, real estate is going to be booming. It's always a known secret. Now people talk about it, they talk plus and otherwise about it, but then the reason why people talk about it is because it has been all the time growing. So everybody has live examples. Everybody who has missed the bus have live examples of why they missed the bus, how they made the mistake, and everybody who's riding the wave also have examples. So it's very, very important that to understand in this particular scenario is when it's getting more and more evident, where everybody felt, wow, thankfully I have a roof on top of my head. Or they were thinking, actually, I should have had a roof on top of my head. Now, all this while I didn't have it, let me make that move. Now, believe me, friends, you need to make your investment into land and building. It's very, very essential. At all the time, that's the only thing that's going to take you through. Whatever you fancy, your gold, your other asset formats, all that will get totally sidelined with the way the real estate appreciates. And you need to put the money in land and building, and there's no two ways about it. So we're going to be talking more and more about it, and it's only getting more exciting. When it gets more exciting, please make your entry into it, because otherwise, like what just Geetha said, it's going to become an expensive entry. Entry is a given. You have to make an entry. Are you going to make a smart entry, or are you going to make an expensive entry? Yes. And I will always say, now is the time. And you keep saying now all the time. You don't say now once. You need to keep saying now all the time.
All the time.
Make an entry, pick up a property, work the EMIs, move. Again, pick up another property, work the EMIs, move. Make it a habit. Let it be cyclical. It will be a comfortable cycle, and that's going to be the best part of your entire career.
Absolutely. Thank you, Nagu. Chintan Vasani. So the fractional ownership of real estate is a Western concept, which is going to be coming big time into India, and collective people will buy one unit and then enjoy the appreciation that comes from it. Every asset today, fortunately for concepts, because of concepts like Airbnb and Trip Villas, are today operational on the rental revenue formats, which is connected to a business model. So you buy a residential apartment, the government has permitted you with some simple license process where you can monetize monthly returns in terms like operating like a resort or like a hotel. So you earn returns on that, plus you start earning your appreciation on that also. So fractional ownership, REIT, these are going to be the new norms of the real estate industry, and that is what is going to propel not only the economy and the infrastructure of the country, but it is also going to be propelling absolute growth in your equity price of the unit that you have bought. Namrata Thakkar is a entrepreneur's evangelist, and Namrata Thakkar is a very prominent business personality of Mumbai, operating a group of 70,000 entrepreneurs. Does it make sense to buy in Mumbai city this time still high rates, in this still high rates? Geetha, your take on that.
Namrata, 100% you should not buy in any city, inside the city where it is saturated. Wherever, see, we buy properties only for appreciation. You can live wherever you want. You can lease out a very good apartment or a home in the heart of the city. Wherever you want to live, you can live. That is for living and convenience sake. But your money has to work. Your money has to grow. Even when you are sleeping, your money has to work 100% whenever you deploy it. So wealth is where your money gets deployed. You leverage bank of 80% at the lowest interest you are putting in your money. Please do not lock in the heart of any city where it is saturated. Number one, do not lock your funds where it is a large MSB or a multi-story building or apartments where you are not going to own a piece of the land. Number three, always put the money in growing areas. Every city has growing pockets. The outskirts is growing. The population, the traffic is moving towards a direction. Go put your money there where the infrastructure is growing, where the traffic is growing, where the people are just going out in the outskirts. So that is where your money will certainly grow. I can give you several n number of examples. 15 years back, we had our family friends, 15 years back, there are two brothers who did a partition in Chennai. So one brother took a land, which is 1.5 grounds in Adyar, which is 3,600 square feet of land in Adyar for 1 crore. Similar value, his brother, they did partition, and he was given 10 acres in Oragadam, a place called Oragadam, which is outskirts of Chennai, which was 10 lakhs per acre that time. So he took the 10 acres, and this man took the 1.5 grounds in Adyar. This was the partition. 15 years is gone. Today, let us look at the scene. This is a real-time scenario. So what has happened to the brother who took 1.5 grounds for 1 crore? His valuation today is 10 crores, which is very good. In 15 years, 1 crore has become 15. In 15 years, 1 crore has become 10 crores. Whereas the brother who took that time, They thought, oh, why are you taking in a remote place? Can you see it happening and all that stuff? And that is 10 acres in Oragadam. Today, that is worth 40 crores. Per acre is 4 crores. So,
Fantastic.
in 1 crore, see, the windfall gain of 10 crores or 40 crores can happen only with real estate, can happen only when you own the land, can
Yes,
happen only, the maximum has happened only in the outskirts. So, the brother
absolutely.
had the foresight and the vision. So, in
Right.
real estate, it's all about your vision and foresight and your waiting period.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely, Geeta. That was a fantastic, apt example. We all
Lovely
learned
example.
accounts. We all learned accounts in colleges. We all know accounts by the virtue of doing business. And in accounts, when you invest 100 rupees and you get 101 rupees back, that 1 rupee is your profit. But there are businesses where you invest 100 rupees and you get 1000 rupees back, and that is your profit of 900 rupees. So investing in property is critically important. That is point number one. But point number two is how you invest, where you invest matters a lot. If you invest in the zones where the infrastructure development is going to take place, that infrastructure development itself boosts up the economy of that particular zone, and you get onto the wave of the appreciation. So you need to understand what is the size of profitability that you want. One guy invested 1 crore, it became 10 crores. The same family, other member invested the same amount in a 10 acres land, and it will become 40 crores. So that's the scale of profitability that we are going to talk about. Deep Kari has a very long question, as gradually the mindset of people is turning into buying property and block huge money at one go. Rather, they prefer going on rentals for longest period, and at the same time invest the capital on hand in their own business, which will give them growth. With this change in mindset, how is investing in real estate a wise decision? So Deep, I will tell you something very interesting. When you invest into a property, the appreciation that happens is over a period of time. So you just invest and you wait, and appreciation happens on its own. It is not connected with COVID-19. It is not connected with economic scenario. It is not connected with anything but infrastructure development and passage of time. The earlier you invest in a property, the more time you have in your lifetime to see it grow. So it is critically important. Investing in business is also very important. The best part about investing in business is you take a loan, but the other best part is you don't get 20-year loan in a business where you get a 20-year loan to buy a real estate asset for a housing sector. So when you're diffusing the repayment over a period of 20 years, your chances to make more appreciation in that 20-year period is much better than the business profit that you might generate. Although doing business is critically important because that keeps the economy boosted up. Nagu, your take on that?
No, it's very important. There's no way you can compare this. In fact, we Nagarthas firmly believe that you need to invest in properties, and we have a little formula. So let me let you people in on that formula. We say in Tamil, Kavatti, which is just 1/4 of 12%, or vatti is 12%. You're talking about 3% per annum. If the property is going to pay back, then that's the best investment. In simple terms, if a property is going to give you a very high rental returns, it only means your appreciation is going to be saturated. But if the property is going to give you lesser rental returns, then the scope of appreciation is massive. So it's a question of what you want. Do you want more rental return, or do you want a higher appreciation? It's like a risk appetite, or it's like a taste towards a Chinese dish, or do you like Italian? So it's like, what do you want? Do you want appreciation, or do you want rental returns? Both the ways it's going to happen only with investments in land and building. And this is going to be a fantastic way to pick it up. Everything else will just neutralize in front of it like nobody's business.
Thank you, Nagu. That is awesome. Edna Fernandez is an image management consultant. I do understand real estate is wise to buy as it has appreciation value. Do you think real estate prices will fall due to this epidemic scenario? So Edna, buying of real estate has got nothing to do with the market. You should always buy the day you want to buy, and the buying now, like Nagu sir said, is now. If you buy it now is when you'll benefit later on. I came across a very interesting couple in Singapore during a property exhibition where we are also participated. When that couple came and told me that we have never bought a property before, but we are buying it for the first time. Do you think it is the best thing to buy? And I asked him, what is his age? He said 45 years. I said, and you never bought a property? He said, no. I said, why? He said, if I buy a property worth, say, 10 lakhs today, 1 crore today, after 20 years, the repayment of the bank loan and interest will be 2 crores. So that's why I didn't buy. In 20 years, I have to pay double of the value of the property. I said, wow, that's a fantastic mathematical correct calculation. But do you understand what has happened in this last 20 years? I told him, in this last 20 years, the property which was 1 crore has become 10 crores. So even if the bank has taken away 2 crores, you still are left away with 88 crores. And for buying 1 crore property, you had to just invest 20%. That was just 20 lakhs. Your 20 lakhs would have earned you 8 crores of money, which you lost because you left that 20 years of your life as a gap of buying property. He was shocked and stunned, and his wife was also stunned, and they realized what they missed. So real estate buying needs to be done today. Whenever you buy real estate, you'll feel it is a little expensive. After 2 years, you feel, oh, it was the right decision. And after 10 years, you thank God that you bought the property. Nagu, to you.
Raj, I'd like to add out here, since you used the Singapore example. If you look at our friends in the Gulf, they make the wisest of the decisions. What do? Every year or once every 2 to 3 years, they are making an investment in a land and building, because they have a particular licensing principle where it works only for 2 years or in some cases 3 years. So they believe that I need to make hay while the sun shines. While I'm making my money here, while I'm creating it all here, let me invest it back home, because eventually I'm going to go back home and there I need an asset. So they really don't think of appreciation when they pick up their first property. They pick it up stating that I want an asset and I want my own roof. And the pride that I've gone to the Gulf, I've earned, I've come back, I own my own property is like a big deal. Yes, it is. Now, once they realize it and they do it, then when they get their extension the next 2 or 3 years, then they realize I could do it then, let me do it again. Then it becomes a practice. And when they come back for their holidays, they realize, wow, it is appreciating. This I couldn't have done sitting there. Savings is not wealth. Investing in money, investing in property, is wealth. And therefore, what everybody started to do there is they've started coming back and investing, coming back and investing. And if you look at people in India, we are all here. How many people are saying that they're going to invest now? They're only saying, which is the right time? Should I wait? Will the COVID bring the price down? Or will the next disease happen? Should I wait another 5-8 years? No, these are wishful thinking that never happens. These are all good reasons to postpone a wise decision, not knowing it's wrong to postpone. You conveniently postpone. Now, if you compare yourself with somebody sitting in the Gulf, the person in the Gulf has made the best decision. Sitting out there without even seeing the property, he'll take a call, and invariably every property invests in is only growing. Friends, make use of it.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Procrastination is dangerous, especially in the real estate scenario. Geetha will love to take this question. I feel real estate will take some time to revive. Now, real estate investment trust is likely to come up in the future. That is a fractional ownership I spoke about.
Yeah.
On account of COVID-19, work from home concept likely to become more popular, on account of which it will be a little tough for real estate markets. So I feel you will take some more time. Maybe I could be wrong. Please correct me. Your answer is in the question itself. Geetha, it's all yours.
Yes, Mr. Venkatesh, it is absolutely, your answer is in your question itself.
Yes.
Because
yes.
of work from home, real estate
Yes,
is going to boom.
yes, right,
It is
yes.
going to be, it's the biggest blessing. See, India is shining, and India is the future third, it's going to be the third largest growing economy. We saw the various reasons, FDI is going to pour in, it's going to be 6 times more. Your REIT is going to come in. All these reasons are going to only scale up your land prices and your real estate, number one. Your youngest, largest population in the world is India. So they will be the earning population. Your consumerism is more, and your power of buying is more. Your money market is very rich and ripe. After the COVID situation, in the next 6 months, you will see the rates which is going to be skyrocketing. Number one, land cannot be manufactured. We have the population and our economy is growing. So 100% when FDI is also going to come into real estates, it is going to be a different ball game. Number three is, with the COVID situation, what has happened is what you correctly said, Mr. Venkatesh, that is remote working and work from home. In that situation, everybody is going to buy their home. In this last 2 months of lockdown, the 7 million population in the entire world were locked in their house. So that is something very close to their heart, and they will start buying homes. They will not buy apartments. They will not live in the heart of the city. They will move out. They will buy in the outskirts. But they will now want to buy an independent villa in a gated community where they own the land, they own the terrace, they have the privacy, they have the safety. At the same time, this market has proved to everybody, including NRIs. In the last 2 months, if you see, there is huge investments of NRIs flowing into India. Where are they putting? Into real estates. Where are they putting? With land and building into villas. Because their money, our Indian currency has devalued, and their currency remaining the same. With 10% lesser cost, they are able to buy more here. And their safety net is only back home in India. And their safety net all the time is not rocket science, it's real estates. So all the more reason, these are the times they put it back again and again into real estates. And because it is work from home, It is booming. The next new commercial is residential, and the next new commercial is villa ownership, because villa becomes your office. There in your own house, you're going to live and work. So your commercial
Absolutely.
is your villa. So it is a different
Absolutely.
parameter and different dynamics altogether. And some amazing times are waiting for us. And we've already
Lovely.
seen the surge and trend of huge villa buying in our own organization in the last 2 months. In the last 2 months,
Fantastic.
it could be
Fantastic.
Mumbai, it could be Chennai, it could be Coimbatore, it could be Madurai. We ourselves, personally, we are seeing people for health reasons, for appreciation, for various reasons are buying villa, because they
We
all
have
now are
Koshi's
getting
question.
into. Yes.
Yes, yes. So that was good, Geeta. Commercial is the new residential. Residential
Yeah.
is the new commercial. You can take it both the sides, but residence is more important, both the sides. There are going to be people who will make provisions to stay over in the office, is also the way the scenario has happened in the last 50, 60 days. But a residence being used as a commercial is a high possibility, which we have experienced in the last 50 days. Koshi Samuel, India housing market is likely to struggle throughout 2020 as sluggish demand and a weak economic outlook. Fabulous, Koshi. If you think this is the game and this is the scenario, you should be buying 10 properties
Now.
together.
Exactly.
And now, purely because who's paying for the property? The bank is paying for the property. Your contribution is just 15 to 20%. So you can stay back and pay slowly. The best part about paying a property on loan, the value of the EMI keeps depreciating, whereas the value of the asset keeps appreciating. But Koshi, we need to understand one thing. Life is all about making the right choices and the right decisions. With whom you buy, where you buy, when you buy, how you buy, what size you buy. It is all absolutely interconnected decisions, and that is what you need to decide. And that is what you need to do. So I think these are wise times to invest in properties, and bank loans are going to be very easy to get, because the government wants to propel the real estate sector. One of the strongest pillars of any economy in the world, especially for India, is agriculture, manufacturing, and real estate. And these three sectors together constitute the 100% economy. And the Indian government is going to be pumping in huge money in this particular sector. Chintan Vasani, you can make an SPV, special project vehicle, and partly own a property and share rental. Yeah. So Chintan is basically a financial guy. He's operating a large finance company with kind of a mutual fund kind of an arrangement where he advises people. So that's the reason he has got questions related to fractional ownership, which is on the right target. Chintan, you're doing the best job. Sandeep Pote is a logistics expert. We need to get multiple lines of business to reduce risk. Do you think continuously investing in real estate makes more
Yes.
sense as a second line of business, Nagu?
Yes.
Okay, Sandeep, what I would suggest is more than second line of business, your first primary business, the revenues that you make out of it is now becoming more and more safe. You know, your business will have its own ups and downs. Real estate investments will not have a down at all. It's only going to have an up. It's going to be stable. It's going to keep rising. So it's very important to safeguard the revenues that you've made. You will have to invest in real estate, and that's going to come in super heat for you whenever you need it. Either when you want it, you're able to use it as a security. You're a very well-established entrepreneur. You're a growing businessman. So you will want to use these assets at different point in times to leverage with the bank, to use it as a security. You'll start using like a currency. You don't have to sell as an asset. You just need to make sure that you have the right ways and means to use it to leverage and make more money out of it. Okay, when you've done it and when you feel, I really don't have to use it as a currency, keep it, because any which way it's an appreciating asset that you're sitting on. And friends, I would like to add one very important thing here. Always when you take a decision to invest in a real estate, you'll start thinking, should I do it? Please never think, should I do it? You only have to think, I want to do it, so what should I do to do it? And go ask the right questions. Find out if your money is safe. Find out if your wealth is going to grow while even you're going to be resting. Make sure that your money is working for you. And that's the best way. Make sure you choose the right developer, the right people to work with, where they believe in relationships and clients. And therefore, you start going forward and all of that. That's going to be so advantageous for you. And if you can, although it's going to be a push, please work for a slightly larger pocket. If you've got 1 lakh, look for 1.1. If you got 1 crore, look for 1.1. If you got 10 crores, look for 1.1. Just expand the area. The plate has to be a little bigger. The more bigger it is, you enjoy the appreciation much more. If you cannot,
Absolutely.
no problem, but make sure you don't miss the bus. That's very critical. Including this morning, Rajesh, Geetha, and I were on a severe con call saying, where should we start investing in land? We all
Absolutely.
want to do it. So we're only looking at where all. That's the constant thing. We never miss the bus, and we suggest you never miss the bus as well.
Absolutely. The only positive stress in life is repayment of a real estate asset because it is growing your future financial wealth. That is called eustress. Positive stress is called eustress. EUSTRESS. Atul Dhumal has a question. We are waiting for you to start project in Pune. We are waiting as lot of land is waiting for you. Thank you, Atul. We are actually loaded within Maharashtra in some pockets on the highway of the Samruddhi Express Highway, which is the fastest growing destination between Mumbai and Nasik. So we are developing a lot of projects there, and we are also anxiously looking out for more additional incomplete projects in Chennai, Madurai, Coimbatore, and Thane. So that is our area of focus area currently. Amrit Raj Bangera has got a very interesting question. What about the loss incurred on incomplete projects or projects on hold due to lack of funding and its impact on the buyer? Every buyer today is protected. RERA is a very powerful agency. It is going to be simple. The projects which are stalled are going to be protected by the government, and very soon they'll be allotted to people who are competent to complete the project. And many incomplete projects, RERA has given a go-ahead for the people of the group of the buyers who have come together, appointed a contractor and completing the projects. Property is priceless. It's not going to be easy, but it is priceless because it is going to create wealth for you. Your take on that, Geetha?
No, absolutely. And, no buyer incurs a loss. Maybe because he could not complete it, it will change hands. RERA has protected them. No investor and a buyer has ever lost money because of anything, because he's put it in real estate. Only people who missed the bus are having regret today. So never miss the bus. Real estate is the way forward, and that is the safest route. Even putting your money in business today is very risky proposition. If it is going to be very capital intensive, you don't want to do that because it is a risky proposition. Even in business, you have the risk of losing your capital. But real estate is the only place where you will not lose your capital. Your capital is safe and protected. You have 80% of bank leveraging. And today, after 15 years, you're getting at the lowest interest of 7.5%. And when your property is earning income, rental income, when you're investing with land ownership where it has rental income, your EMI further comes down. So this is the best time with earning rental income and lesser EMI, you're able to hold a larger property, which is going to grow up in the appreciation cycle. Because after this is the lowest of price. After this, it is only going to keep on growing up. Grow up. So if you are going to,
So friends, the economy booster that the government is going to create by investing this money, the lakhs of crores which is coming into the economy, where do you think it will go? It will go to the hands of the people. And what do you think people will do? People will start investing in assets. When too many people want to start buying, that is the time the property becomes unbuyable. Like in the metro cities, why are you not able to buy a real estate? Because it has shot the roof. The cost has become too expensive. Before that starts happening, you need to start taking decisions. Defer your purchase not more than a day or two. Get into property locations and start making the investment decisions, because this is the best time for the best rate of interest, and this is the best prices that you'll never get again in your life. This is the last question that we will take from Stan Serrao. The real estate sector was facing hardships even before pre-COVID-19. Has RERA hurt the industry's profiteering practices? Also, is there a well thought out strategy by government to break the nexus between political forces and real estate majors? How would migrant workers impact on the on-time delivery of the projects?
Got the whole.
So, you have got the whole gamut of questions together, Stan. RERA has brought security in the minds of the buyers. That's the reason why NRIs are investing back home in India. This is going to be one of the most regulated market. What happened with the stock market in 1991, 1993 is what has happened in RERA in 2016 by RERA coming into the real estate sector. At the same time, the migrant workers are going to be a little challenge for some time to come. But a lot of technology is going to replace a lot of manual work, and precast fabrication, precast work is going to replace the industry in a big way to come. The technologies like My1 technology, precast, all of this is going to make the workforce requirement to a bare minimum, and that is going to replace the speed of construction. So we are going to see a lot of technology taking a play into the real estate development in the years.
As Stan was asking, real estates today has become a very organized sector. So all the different people playing around is not there. It's a very transparent, organized sector. It is place only for professionals, for brands with a lot of ethics and practices. RERA has brought that into place. It is all about sustenance. That over profiteering is not there. It is all about value proposition, and the gains are very, very minimum. Like how we do in St. Andrews, we in City Ventures, we give villas at the cost of apartments. We give you holding of land and independent villas at the cost of apartments. So profiteering has become very, very less. It's a very transparent game where the complete value proposition is passed on to all the buyers.
Fantastic. Sangram Lime is a very intelligent engineer. He does a lot of interiors and he has got some fantastic solutions for the COVID-19 scenario, which is supporting the government through his efforts and his intelligence. His point is value of land depends upon what man makes out of it, as said by Chanakya. So one should select developer and his ability, what he can make out of it. That is exactly the point that Nagu has just said a few minutes back. Which company you're dealing with, which developer you're dealing with is critically important. And today you can understand the patrika that we call in Maharashtra. That is the astrology of a developer by Googling him onto the social media and Google also. So finding background details about a company is so easy. Finding background details about an individual is so easy. So make a right choice, make the right investment. Real estate is one of the most important parallel sources of revenue, which protects your family in the years to come. We have witnessed this. We have experienced this for the decisions we took 10 years back, for the decisions our parents took many years back, many decades back, and we reaped the benefits out of this. We are at the fag end of the session. Have a God-blessed evening. This is Agnelorajesh signing off. Thank you so much.
Have a wonderful evening and signing off. This is Geetha Nagu. See you tomorrow, sharp 4:15, and happy wealth building.
And let me close by saying, just land it. This is Nagu Chidambaram signing off. You need to land it. Like how Nike says, just do it. I would say, just land it.
Fabulous. Thank you so much. Have a God-blessed evening, everybody.